as well as containing public fear. In the last hour, Italy said 24 people have died in the last 24 hours, taking the total death there to 79. More than 90,000 people are infected worldwide, with 3,100 deaths. At least 70 countries are affected. The latest to report cases, Morocco and Ukraine. The French government is requisitioning all current and future stocks of protective masks, reserving them for health professionals and victims of the virus there. South Korea saw 851 new cases, largely in and around the city of Daegu, its biggest daily increase in infections. And Iran's supreme leader has put the country on a war footing. 23 members of parliament there have the virus. 300,000 soldiers and volunteers could be mobilised. A warning, there are some distressing images in this report from our international editor, Lindsay Hilson.
The Supreme Leader celebrating Natural Resources Day, wearing disposable gloves, a resource that's been in short supply as novel coronavirus has swept Iran. He seemed unworried, even though 23 Iranian members of parliament and a health minister are amongst those infected, and 2 senior officials have died.
This disaster, in our opinion, is not that big. There have been and there are bigger disasters, some of which we have seen in our country in the past. The people can, through prayers and seeking help and intercession from the holy imams, peace be upon them, and the Holy Prophet of Islam, eliminate many of the problems.
But this video, which a source has told me was filmed at the Behesht Maisame morgue in the holy city of Qom, shows how serious this is. We counted 48 bodies, suggesting that the official countrywide death toll of 77 is an underestimate. At the burial ground outside, they inter the coronavirus victims in a special separate row. They're intoning prayers. The voiceover says 80 have been buried already. I heard of another who died in Qom today, a poet and cleric who was only 35 years old. In Tehran, billboards give practical advice on hand washing and isolation, and many are wearing masks. But people don't necessarily trust government information, nor know what to do.
A lot of people I've spoken to do not trust the numbers. There's a lot of confusion and sort of fake news, quack remedies being peddled as well. People are saying if you drink saffron tea, it could cure coronavirus, which is of course not true. But there's a lot of doubt over the government's official figures. So at the moment, they're saying that there's about 2,300 people infected, whereas unofficial estimates are saying that it's in the tens of thousands. So there's a huge gap.
Some prisoners are reported to be suffering the symptoms of the virus, amongst them the British-Iranian Nazanin Zaghari-Ratcliffe, although the Iranian government says she's well. Today, the judiciary spokesman said that 54,000 prisoners would be allowed out temporarily, but it's not clear if she'll be amongst them. Yesterday, UN supplies, including badly needed surgical gowns and masks, arrived in Tehran. At least 10 Iranian doctors are reported to have been infected, and there's a desperate shortage of testing kits. But medical workers have reportedly been told that talking about the virus openly is rumour-mongering and a threat to public security. Official TV broadcasts are upbeat, and the Iranian equivalent of the Blitz spirit is invoked, in a reference to the Iran-Iraq War of the 1980s. But this is a different kind of war, which decades of economic decline, sanctions, and the government's reluctance to be open makes it difficult for the Islamic Republic to fight.